All right, we're here at my urban worm bag, and I just wanted to show you that we are about halfway up. This is 9 inches, and the whole thing is about 18 inches. So we're not quite halfway because this thing is tapered at the bottom, so there's more volume right here. And I'm also doing a little experiment testing the temperature just in this air pocket that's right here. Now what I'm finding is the air is just a little bit warm right here, and during the day it follows the temperature on the western side, and at night and in the morning it's more the temperature on the eastern side. And last time we dug real deep and put those temperature sensors in there so that we could know the temperature. So I've got everything figured out here, and this looks like a worm to me, but it's actually a hole. So let's take this up and see what's inside. So I'm loving this bin because I can be real experimental with it, and these are just frozen bottles that I put in to cool it down and then they thaw out. So because of that air pocket, I tested keeping the lid open like this so that the air can flow a little bit better, and that worked real well. I also put a container down below with shredded cardboard, and then I iced the heck out of it and let all the liquid kind of flow through so that I could get some inoculated cardboard down there, and we're going to put that in. And then over the last 3 feedings, we've been misting it with mosquito dunks solution, so I'm not having any kind of fly problems or anything like that. And this is an outdoor bin in that it's out on my back porch, so it's open to all the temperatures, but none of the rain or precipitation. And these we put in here, and we're going to keep doing that. These are just cardboard tubes, and I'm just going to kind of treat this bin as something I can just throw lots of stuff in. So we're not going to dig real deep, but I do want to see how they did with that last feeding, because they had lots of lettuce and carrots, lots of banana peels, some tomato slices, strawberry tops, some apples and pears, a couple of lemon slices, and 2 big pieces of pumpkin. So I want to see in here if they have eaten any of that in the last 10 days. So right now I'm not seeing anything, but I am seeing lots of good worms in here. Check that out. And lots of babies. I think we probably have somewhere around 3,000 in here right now. I think we put in 2,300, and it's been about 71 days. And here's one of those banana stalks that I bet if I rip open, there'll be some worms inside. And oh yeah, sure enough, right there. Oh yeah, they are deep inside there. 1, 2, and then this third one on the outside. So I'm just going to let them be. But it's really moist, so I probably need to stop messing around so much because I've been adding a lot of liquid in here, and we can get some mite blooms, which mites are fine for a bin. They help shred things up, but I don't want to get into any conditions that are too favorable for them. That could be acidic or anaerobic or, produce ammonia out of the nitrogen that's in here. But this is looking fantastic. I am so excited. Yeah, I'm not seeing any of the banana peels. I really thought we'd see more of those banana peels. Just the stalks are left. Oh, here we go. This is a little something. Thank you, executive producer, for pointing that out. So they're shredding it up. Let's see it over here in this direction. Yep, just a little bit. I think that's pretty much all that's left. And then this is one of the limes. So the lime's going to take a little bit longer, but they did eat the flesh, so that's good. Let's pull this over to here. See what we got going here. Oh yeah, looking good. All right, so I'm just going to kind of aerate the top layer of this real quick. Ooh, I think this right here is a little piece of tomato skin. Really cool how that everything around it except for just the thin skin. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some dry cardboard and just kind of mix it into this top layer real quick. The volume of this urban worm bag is so awesome. I am absolutely loving it. It cracks me up that I'm putting dry stuff in here because the first few weeks of this bin's existence, I was worried about moisture, and just all those techniques that everybody has shared with me, I really appreciate it. I've been trying them, and eventually I'm going to find out what I like the most, and it will evolve as the bin gets older, that kind of thing. So things are just doing really well, and the worms are definitely liking it because they are everywhere. All right, so because they did so well with that last feeding, we're going to give them a pretty big honking feeding right here. So it looks like we've got all kinds of good stuff in here. We've got some banana peels along with some bananas. It looks like all of this stuff has been frozen first. I really like to freeze my food scraps first. I just put them in there as we go throughout the week. And what that helps is to turn this stuff into mush so the worms can get right to it. We've got this nasty lettuce stalk. This stuff is from my mom's house. So no judging, no judging. But yeah, we'll rip that up. We've got some cucumbers right here. They're definitely going to love those. We've got some tangerine peels, some mango peels, and a big mango seed. So this will be interesting to see if this mango seed kind of gets worked over before it makes its way all the way down. And we've got some Irish soda bread from probably St. Patrick's Day. And then there we go, good lettuce stock. So I'm just gonna spread this around a little bit, make it kind of even, and we've got some grapes that I've cut in half so they can get right to the fleshy part. And then we'll add in some fun pieces of pumpkin right here. Now, I just want to say something real quick. This is a massive feeding. This is lots of food, and there's 3,000 worms in here at least. And it's been going for about 2.5 months. So this is kind of the sweet spot of a worm bin when you're first starting out. I've got another bin that I just started like 3 weeks ago, and I'm putting in very little food because I only have 500 worms and it's brand new. The microbes haven't built up. The worm bin machine isn't running on all cylinders. So again, I want to make sure you understand you don't have to feed this much. And in an early bid, you really need to not feed a whole lot. This is because the bin has shown me, based on that last feeding, that it can handle this. So make sure you're listening to your worm bins. All right, next we're going to put in some worm chow that I blend up with my Magic Bullet blender. And I've got all this worm equipment that I use and affiliate links in the description and a pinned comment for you if you're interested in looking at prices. It's got all my bins and all the different stuff I use. And that worm chow is nothing special. It's just some expired grains for my pantry. And this is my used spent coffee grounds and tea grounds that I would like to put in here. And this is, again, just another food source for them. And then finally, we'll go in with some grit for them. And for us, it is just pulverized eggshells. Again, I just use my Magic Bullet blender to make the eggshells really small, almost into a powder, so that they can use them for their gizzards. Now, again, this doesn't look like moderation if you've got just a regular bin or, 1,000 worms. This is a really, really massive bin. So this is a really massive feeding. So make sure that you're comparing your worm bin in such a way that you're not feeding like this in a 500 worm bin. So I'm loving the surface area that we're able to use throughout. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put this dampened cardboard shreds all over it to kind of cover it up like that. And then these are the cardboard shreds that I had underneath this urban worm bag to kind of catch the liquid that was coming out. And I don't know if I'm going to keep doing that because it could sit for days and become leachate if you use too much ice and too much water like I did. So we'll see how this does in there. And then let's just spread it all out so everything is covered. And this is getting nice and light and fluffy. I'm absolutely loving this bin. This is so cool. I'm so excited to have this urban worm bag. So let's go ahead and put our newspaper back on here. And then we'll go in with our plastic and our temperature sensor. So I hope you're all having a great day. I hope your worm bins are doing fantastic. So happy vermicomposting, everybody. Take care now.